What's up, YouTube? I hope you guys are doing so good. If you're new to my channel, I am so gifted. Hey. So I wanted to go ahead and get into this conversation surrounding DEI. If you do not understand or are not aware of what DEI stands for, is diversity, equity, and inclusion. It's a framework used by organizations, businesses, and institutions to promote fair treatment, representation, and opportunities for all individuals, particularly those from historically marginalized or underrepresented groups. Many organizations implement DEI initiatives to foster a more inclusive workplace, improve company culture, and enhance innovation by leveraging diverse perspectives. When President Donald Trump returned to the White House, one of his first actions as the nation's leader included beginning to dismantle and disrupt DEI efforts at the federal level. Since this has been announced, Target and other retailers are backtracking their DEI initiatives. People are outraged and are threatening to boycott these stores because of this. And customers of minority brands that are sold in these stores are asking the owners of these brands to speak out about this foolishness. And they're wondering what these minority-owned companies are going to do. Like, are they going to boycott the store? Are they going to pull their items from the shelves? And some of these brands have responded. Now, this video is going to be a little lengthy. There's going to be a lot of reading because some of the CEOs made written statements. And I want to also read some of the comments in their comment section because there's some great dialogue happening. So don't hang up on me. Grab your snacks, your water, turn me up in your headphones while you're cleaning up, working out, driving, or at work. Just make sure you stay to the end of the video, okay? Because also at the end, I'm going to insert some beautiful Black women in Congress who have been talking about the dismantling of, the DEI initiative months ago.
Hey y'all, I am Melissa Butler. I am the founder and CEO of The Lip Bar. The Lip Bar has been in Target since 2017, and we are the largest Black-owned makeup company in Target. So, of course, we were disappointed, just like many of you, when we learned that they were rolling back their DEI initiatives. But I will say, even though I'm disappointed, I'm not that surprised. I always thought that the 2020 commitments were a farce. Like, anything that is forced is going to be a farce. And I think part of it is because Trump is emboldening companies to reverse commitments that they never wanted to do in the first place. And that is not just true for Target. I think it's true for a lot of companies. But I think also beyond that, and this is me being honest with y'all, I am always going to be honest, a lot of the brands that they launched didn't do well. Did not do well. We have been in Target since 2017, and it's been a long time. In my 8 years in Target, I've seen them kick out 8 brands, not because they were Black, not because they were woman-owned, not because they were Latina-owned, so on and so forth, just because they didn't perform. And so someone asked me, what will this mean for the Lip Bar? Will this DEI rollback impact you guys? And truth is, I don't know yet. I don't know yet from a Target perspective. Right now, things are still business as usual. We are still growing significantly at Target, which is a blessing. So the immediate risk is that, if all of our consumers boycott Target, then, that will absolutely impact us. And a lot of people are saying I would rather shop you on your site. Great. Listen, here's the thing. I understand. I too am disappointed, and you have the ability to take your dollar wherever you feel most comfortable. So if you want to shop us at Walmart or Target or Amazon or on our website or in our store in Detroit, do it. But if you don't want to shop us at any of those places, I understand that too, because we do have power in our dollars. But I do want to make sure that we are aware that, by not shopping in these stores, you are also impacting the hundreds of Black-owned businesses and women-owned businesses and, brown person-owned businesses that are in these stores. So it's a really shitty situation to be in. I look forward to understanding a little bit more about what this means across all of our retailers.
I literally have so much to say, but I don't know the words to express myself. right now. I'm Chantel Powell, the founder and CEO of Play Pits, all natural deodorant for smelly kids, and we're sold at Target. Several people have reached out to me asking, how is this going to affect us? How is this going to affect Play Pits? How am I doing? How am I, I'm processing. This is a lot, y'all. 2024 was a bad year, and this year I needed to be better. I understand the whole conversation about boycotting Target. I get it. But if you boycott Target, you leave businesses like me on the shelves that's not being supported. We're already struggling from a marketing standpoint up against, and we already at a disadvantage. These big conglomerates, they got marketing budgets out the wazoo, and we penny pinching to get in front of new customers and remind our existing customers to continue to support us. So if y'all boycott us in store, then you're not doing anything but giving them a reason. What I will say, and I just thought about this, for any black brand at Target or any retailer, the work that we have to do is so much more than these big companies, because we're building as we go. We're literally building This comment will have you wanting to quit. It will have you doubting your God-given assignment.
Now, this statement comes from the Black-owned hair care line called The Do, and the person who wrote this statement, her name is Maya Smith, I believe. She's the owner of The Do. So I'm going to go ahead and read this. As a Black female founder, I deeply appreciate the unwavering support our community has shown for brands like The Do. Since 2012, our brand has gone from selling exclusively in our salons and online to becoming one of the top 3 Black-owned brands in the textured hair category. Your loyalty has allowed us to grow from a dream into a thriving business that creates products with you in mind. However, the recent rollback of DEI initiatives in major retailers has sparked calls to boycott stores that carry brands like ours. While I understand the frustration, I want to offer some perspective on how we can work together to navigate this moment. These decisions were as much of a surprise to us as they were to you. We didn't see this coming, and we have no control over these changes. What we do control is how we respond, and that response requires us to think strategically about what it takes to ensure that businesses like ours continue to thrive. Want to know how to support your favorite brand? Please don't make assumptions. The challenges of running a small business that has scaled into major retail are incredibly complex. Saying things like, "I'll just shop on your website," or "I'll find your product somewhere else," might sound supportive, but it can unintentionally harm businesses that have already invested heavily in retail partnerships. The costs of participating in big box stores are steep, and performance in those spaces can determine the survival of the brand, period. Pulling Black dollars from these retailers doesn't hurt the corporations as much as it hurts the brands you love. It also feeds into the false narrative that we're only here because of DEI initiatives, not because of the countless hours, sacrifices, and creativity we've poured into creating a lasting impact on the texture hair category through The Do. We've worked tirelessly to build something that represents innovation, excellence, and the trust of people we have served in our salons for decades. We are here because we've earned it. The best way to support The Do right now is clear the shelves. Buy Black-owned products in the stores where you find us. Your purchases send a clear message to retailers. Black-owned brands are essential, valuable, and here to stay. This is chess, not checkers. Boycotting is not a strategy. Building is. Together we can take action to ensure the long-term success of Black-owned businesses while creating more opportunities for Black talent, Black creatives, and Black professionals who rely on businesses like The Do to support their families. Your support, whether it's sharing our story, stocking up on your favorites, or simply asking how you can help, is what really moves the needle. Thank you, Do Gang, for rocking with us on this journey. Maya Smith. And then she wrote in her caption, chess, not checkers. For clarity, this message is not intended to dismiss the value of boycotting. I believe in its power and collective action. However, I don't think it's the best course of action in this specific scenario. That said, I respect every customer to shop the dude where you feel valued. My statement was in response to my community asking how they can help. I've done my best to be transparent, genuine, and authentic in my reply. This will be my only statement on the matter, as we firmly believe that the responsibility for this conversation lies with the retailers who initiated it. Thank you, Do Gang, for your kind words and support. With love, Maya. So I wanted to, go to her comment section and see what her response was from her supporters. And her comment section is actually disabled. I can probably imagine how overwhelming it is because Tabitha Brown's comment section was off the chain. So I'm going to go ahead and read some of the comments from Tabitha's when we do get to her part. But yeah, I think that Maya made some great points, especially coming from a small business owner as myself. I also have a, natural hair care line that I am trying to get off the ground, and it's challenging. It really is challenging. So I love how Maya mentioned that she's not in the store because of the DEI initiative. She's in the store because of the hard work that she put into her brand, and she deserves to be there. So as a person, as a woman, as a Black woman who aspires for my hair care products to one day end up in the store like Target, Walmart, or even a beauty supply store, and just be able to, go inside of a store and see my items on the shelves, that is one of my dreams. That is a goal for me. And for all this to be happening and everybody wanting to boycott, the store where your items are being sold, and expecting for you after your hard work to just pull them off the shelves, I can understand how, business owners are like, wait a minute. Don't boycott my shit, boycott everything else, but don't boycott my hard work, into getting a partnership with these companies because it's not my fault. And plus, we didn't even see this coming. And had we known that something like this would happen in the future, I probably wouldn't have worked so hard to get in a store like Target or Walmart, I just want people to, really sit back and try to understand the business aspect, especially for my minority-owned businesses, how hard it is. It's already hard, how hard it is to get inside these stores and just for your supporters to just expect for you to just, boycott the store or just pull your items off the shelves. It's not fair, but I can also understand where the consumer is coming from, where they're like, look, we're not going to spend no money in these stores that don't want us in the first place. So we'll just buy directly from your website. Or you even have people in the comment section saying, why don't you just get your own distribution center? Why don't you just open up a warehouse? You got the money. You got this, that, and the third. But I feel like if these small businesses had that and was able to do that, they would. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, when you get inside of a store like Target or Walmart, these stores have a reputation. It's the name. They're available in every city. It's not like you can get a distribution center or a store in every state. You know what I'm saying? So being able to get your items inside of these stores, you can reach more people. You can reach a mass audience instead of just being local to your state or being online to where you would have to work even harder to reach more people. If I'm making sense, I'm trying not to ramble.
You guys, we cannot boycott the entire retailer. We have to continue to support the brands that are on the shelves. They have worked so hard to get there. It's not easy getting into any big box retailer. It's very expensive. They've sacrificed a lot for their company. And if we boycott the entire store, their products will be removed from the shelves.
Do y'all remember Angela? Y'all remember Angela from LA Hair? It was a show from Kim Kimball, who is also a celebrity hairstylist. And Angela was one of the hairstylists in her hair studio. So yeah, I just watched that show. I think it's available on Hulu if you want to check it out. It's called LA Hair. And Angela also has a collab with Cantu. Now, I don't know if Cantu is still Black owned. I'm not sure, but she has a collab with them. So this can also affect her because Cantu is sold in Walmart and in Target.
That will basically continue to perpetuate the belief that we aren't necessary, that we don't need to be there. But the reality is we do. So I would suggest for everybody to continue to support the Black businesses that are going back into our Black bank accounts and make sure that we're running it up for the brands that we want to continue to see win and thrive.
So a commenter in Angela Styles' comment section said, no, how about we just go to them directly, shop their websites? And Angela said, it's not that simple. They have to buy the product back, and if it doesn't sell, and many brands don't have storage for that amount of product, that will be rejected from the retailers. Also, the brand will only get customers that know them, but not the visibility to gain new customers in the store. That's a good point. And she says, people still love instant gratification and will buy what's in front of them. This next commenter says, nope, boycott them all. We need to get off Meta by February 1st also. Not boycotting just because it helps a few of us is foolish. How about they pull their items out of Target? This commenter says, this is the mentality that will get you nowhere in life. Telling people of color to continue spending their dollars in a place that doesn't want you is crazy. How about have some integrity and dignity? You people rather us spend our money so that you can continue making money. How does that benefit the consumer? Only benefits one person. So Angela Styles replied to his comment by saying, no, it doesn't benefit one person. Most Black brands employ Black people, so the trickle down would be catastrophic and a big financial loss for many brands to recover from. Then what? My integrity is with the entrepreneurs trying to push through the glass ceiling and grow. The only way to do that is with national visibility. I get both sides, but I know the hit these brands will take, and it will only perpetuate the belief that we didn't belong there in the first place.
Hello there. Y'all all right? I know. It has been a tough week, right? And baby, it's been a tough 2025 and we are still in January. But I know many of you are asking and have asked and sent me messages about the recent DEI announcements at Target as well. And as disheartening as it is for me, I'm not the only one affected by this. Right? It's for everyone who is a woman-owned business, minority-owned businesses, Black-owned businesses. It's for so many of us who work so very hard to be placed into retail, to finally be seen and approved for retail, because contrary to whatever the world might tell you, it has been very hard for Black-owned businesses to hit shelves, right? Which is why it's such a big deal when we do finally land inside of retail. So it is definitely heartbreaking to feel unsupported, right? However, I am in business in multiple ways, with Target, with Walmart, and Amazon, right? I sell Donna's Recipe, my hair care products, right, are on Amazon. They're also in Target. And of course, I have a huge partnership with Target. I sell my seasonings at Walmart. I do business all over, just like many other people. And what I can tell you is, if we all decide to boycott and be like, no, we're not spending no money at these organizations. Listen, I get it. And if that's how you feel, honey, I 1000% get it. But so many of us will be affected, and our sales will drop. Our business will be hurt. And if any of you know business, it doesn't just happen overnight where you can just go take all your stuff and pull it off the shelves. There's a process, and then you gotta, like, where are you gonna put it? You gotta have a place to store it. That's money, right? You gotta have another place to sell it, which is almost impossible sometimes. And even if you sell online, it's a process when it comes to business. And everyone does not have the funds or the means or the availability, the space to house their own products, right? But the thing that concerns me the most, and I want you to hear me and hear me well, if we all decide to stop supporting said businesses and say, I can't buy nothing from there, even the businesses who were affected by the DEI ban, right? What that does is you take all our sales and they dwindle down. And then those companies get to say, oh, your products are not performing. And they can remove them from the shelves and then put their preferred businesses on the shelves. And then what happens to all the businesses who've worked so hard to get where they are? Then what happens, right? Now, I know that something that could solve it is ownership of these big corporations, right? It's a long way to go there. There are amazing companies like the Village Market in Atlanta, right, who support small businesses, and you can go in there and there's some amazing things that you can buy, but it's one store and it's very small. We're talking about mass market. You can't build that overnight. Do we all sometimes have these big dreams and aspirations to do that? Absolutely, right? But it is easier said than done, but it's not impossible. But until then, and in order to get there, we unfortunately have to play the game. And in playing that game, we got to be smarter than the ones who think they're in control, okay? And I say that to say, don't allow trying to be mindful with how I say this, because I want God to give me the right words, but don't allow foolishness to take us into separation and weed us out. Do you understand? Because sometimes that's what they want. And in times like this, they're telling us that. Okay? So as frustrating as listen, as frustrating as the whole situation is, as frustrated as I am, as all of you are, we still got to be smart. Now, you can still go into those stores if you choose to and buy specific brands that you want to support and let the other things, right, not get your money. But be very specific. There's so many women, right, that have worked hard to be a woman-owned business. Donna's Recipe is two women, me and Gina Wu is my business partner. We are self-funded. We're self-funded. And we are on shelves in limited doors at Target, right? Other companies, right? There's Black History Month is coming right now, and all of these brands are about to be showcased, some of them for the first time. And of course, they would do something like this right now, but they still need their moment. They still need our support. Only if you feel like you can and are willing to. I ain't telling you what to do. I'm telling you what, as a business owner, what we still need until we can get to another place, right? And I don't know when that other place will be. I know for me, I'm under contract. I'm gonna give it to you 100. I got another year. Then I make a decision. Okay. So many other businesses are just starting. They're just getting in. This is their big break to go to the next whatever phase of their business there may be. We have to have understanding and compassion for each other and not be in an emotional state, but also a smart state. Because if we start doing I'm not shopping there, and it's our businesses that are in there, that's their way that they will clean us out and replace us and say, well, your business is not performing. That's what people want. We can't give them what they want. Okay? I hope that this is making sense for somebody. And I know it's a long video, and I know somebody might not listen to the whole thing. But this is the truth. So I want to say right now, I thank you for supporting me for the last 5 years. I have worked with Target, with Walmart, with all the places that you have shopped for my products. I thank you for showing up for me. I thank you for supporting me. When you did, I thank you for showing out for me. And if you choose not to anymore, I understand that. And I still thank you and I'm grateful. But if you've heard anything that I've said today, if you still choose to show up for me, I thank you. But also showing up for others. We in it together. Okay? But either way, be clear. I understand. All right? But remember this, if you don't remember nothing else, let's not give them what they want. Okay? Don't let them take us off of shelves. Don't let them erase us. Numbers don't lie. We're needed. Our money is the dollar that really, really counts. Okay? Y'all gonna about y'all business. Know that I love you and have the most amazing day. But even if you can't have a good one, don't you dare go messing up nobody else's. I'll talk to y'all later.
I really enjoyed seeing Tabitha Brown's come up. And I was so happy for her when I found out that she had a hair care line, because I didn't know that. Her hair care line is called Donna's Recipe. And I was just really excited to see that she was going to be in Target and Ulta. And yeah, you can see the concern in her face, and it's really unfortunate. And I just really feel like people are not taking into consideration what she is, or what any of these business owners are going through, you know, business wise, what will happen with their business. And I feel like it's because of classism, honestly. And I feel like if you're looking at somebody and you feel like, oh, they got the money, they'll be all right. Or, oh, how do I say it? It's like like with the fires in California, and a lot of the rich people's homes have burned down. You had people in the comment section saying, oh, well, y'all will be all right. You got money. That doesn't negate the fact that they lost their homes. You know, even if they are able to recover and able to rebuy and repurchase or whatever, it's still tragic. It's still sad that they lost their homes. Just because you're not in the same financial class as somebody else, that doesn't mean that you look at them like, well, they got it, so they'll recover. Either way it go, it's very unfortunate. And instead of people saying, oh, you sound selfish, or you're being selfish because you want us to continue spending our money in a place where people don't want us, I just feel like people are not really looking at the big picture of the whole situation. But at the same time, me as a consumer, I can agree with, you know, some of the comments that people are making. I don't want to go inside Target and give them a penny of my money. Even if I am going in there to buy Black-owned products and support my faves, Target is still going to get some sort of a commission or profit off of that. So they'll still be profiting off of us. So I get that and I understand that, but I just wish people had more empathy. So let's go ahead and get into Tabitha Brown's comment section, because these commenters were like relentless. It was relentless. Like, let's go ahead and get into it. So Tab's comment section has a lot of great comments. You guys can go to her page because her comments are not disabled and you can read them, but it will be too much for me to put all these comments in this video. So instead of me showing every single comment, I might just read some from my phone, because a lot of them, you know, it's great dialogue going on and the people's concerns. I want to read those comments because they are making great points. So as I'm reading these comments, it might not reflect what's actually being shown on this screen, but y'all get it. Y'all could just listen. So this commenter says, to me, this video came off as self-serving. If these companies don't respect us, why should we shop there? I am not pledging allegiance to any product, so much so that I have to tolerate disrespect by the company that sells it. At what point do we say enough is enough? The Montgomery boycott succeeded because people decided to give up their comfort and ease of riding the bus in order to achieve a greater purpose. Tab replied to this comment by saying, you clearly didn't watch the full video, sis. With love, watch to the end, honey. This commenter says, move strategically, not emotionally. This commenter says, in my honest opinion, the companies that decided to cancel their DEI programs only meant that they were not genuine in their decision to support minorities. They only participated in DEI for publicity. Their hearts and ideology were not in it. Facts. I agree with that one right there. This next comment says, I'm not going to lie, this is a little disingenuous. The number of Black business owners in these stores is far fewer than the number of Black people being impacted by the decisions made by these companies. Once people reach a certain income level, their empathy for those below them decreases because this video comes across as you saying, I get it, but I don't want to lose my money or my opportunity to be rich. This next comment says, Target didn't make you and it's not going to break you. Keep pressing. This comment says, this is how capitalism keeps us in a perpetual cycle of servitude. Respect to you, Tabitha, but you're speaking from the perspective of somebody who's selling items at Target. I'm boycotting. This comment says, long story short, support the minorities in Target and buy the rest elsewhere. So I'm just going to read a few more comments from Tabitha's comment section, y'all. I hope y'all still here. I hope y'all ain't hung up on me. And also, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel so that we can continue growing. So this last comment that I'm reading is very long and there's not very many commas or semicolons. So if I trip up a little reading this comment, y'all just bear with me. So it says, Sigh, I adore you, Tab, and I understand where you're coming from. But I think that our biggest problem with our community, we crave to be included in a game they don't want us in. We have the power to be sustainable all on our own. Yes, time and time again, they have destroyed that for us. So we gave up to playing their game out of desperation. I understand businesses that are under contract are already in the stores. And yes, we can be selective with our buying. But it's still putting money in the pockets of the companies that don't respect us or even want us there. The only thing they want is our dollar. They just use us and we fall for it every time. I truly pray for a day we can fully thrive on our own. We have the resources. Just like you said at the end, they need us. I wish more people can truly see the power we have within. And this whole comment is facts.
I know we all want to protest Walmart, Amazon, and Target, and guess what? We can, but let's do it strategically. Everybody can't just stop going to Walmart for the rest of their life. Everybody doesn't live in an area where they can just completely not go to these stores. But I think that if we band together, if we create a plan, we can do just that. We can hit them where it hurts because our history shows that they won't do nothing. They won't change nothing. They won't pass no laws unless we affect their money. So let's do just that. So February is clearly Black History Month. So we are not going to completely leave all of these major retailers, but what we are going to do is that when we go in there, we are only shopping Black. We are only shopping minority-owned products. So for the month of February, so that we do not hurt all of the Black businesses who've worked so hard to get there, we're going to support them in the month of February. When March hits, from March to April, we are going to stop shopping in Walmart collectively. All right? Target and Amazon will still be available for you to shop at, but we're going to hit Walmart all at once in the months of March and April, okay? In May and June, we will all stop going to Target. So that is 60 days, 2 months of us not shopping in Target. So that means you can still go back and shop in Target or shop at Amazon if you prefer to. All right. July and August. This is specific because I think in July, Amazon has one of their Prime days. We're going to hit them in July and August, which means all the sales you get for back to school at Walmart and those other stores you go to, you'll still be able to do it during the months of July and August, but we will not be at Amazon. Come September, there's 30 days, no Walmart. October, no Target. In November and December, we will not be shopping at Target, Amazon, or Walmart. Take that season to actually support Black-owned businesses, minority-owned businesses. Get on Etsy, even pre-shop in prior months if you feel like you have to. But that is their biggest season. That is when they make the most money. And let's be honest, we don't even get any real discounts anymore anyways. So November and December, we will completely stop shopping at Target, Amazon, and Walmart. We have to be strategic in how we hit these places. If you feel like you cannot stop at shopping at these places, we get it, okay? There's no beef. Still feel like you want to support Black-owned businesses throughout all 12 of these months because you don't want them to miss out on any money. That is fine. But if we want to come together and collectively see some change, we are going to have to band together. And the best way to do that is to segment it based on months so that they can feel it in their pockets. Enough is enough.
The black dollar, especially in this country that we live in, America, is so powerful. I just can't wait until there's a day where we're able to have a chain of stores across the country that is for us, by us, a chain of schools, a chain of grocery stores, a chain of beauty supply stores that are all black owned, where we can supply our needs, instead of going to these other stores, we can supply them in our own stores. But y'all, let me know how y'all feel about this whole situation. I know it's a slippery slope. It's very controversial. I agree and understand both sides, honestly. But you guys, let's chop it up in the comment section down below and you let me know how you feel. And I always say in my previous videos, don't forget to drop your city, your state, your location. I want to know where in the world this video reaches. And y'all don't be dropping y'all location. At least drop a flag or emoji. If you in Miami, you can leave a little a palm tree. If you on the ocean, if you on the West Coast, you can leave me some water emojis. You can leave your flags, whatever. Just let me know where you at. Let me know if you're on the East Coast, the West Coast, if you're in the DMV, if you're in the dirty South. I want to know where y'all at. But thank you so much for watching this video, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And also, I'm a small YouTuber, so I have been looking at my analytics and seeing how I can improve, or how you look at your analytics to see whatever. And I noticed that a lot of the people who watch my videos are not subscribed to the channel. And y'all, subscribe to the channel. What are you waiting for? I'm judging, like, for real. I'm trying to like be cool in these YouTube streets and kind of like take it easy and not really give y'all too much. But right now that I know what's going on, I'm judging. Subscribe to my channel. But thank you guys again so much for watching this video, and let me know your opinions on this DEI cluster down below. Thank you guys. Peace.
There has been no oppression for the white man in this country. It seems like you don't understand the definition of oppression, and I'd ask you to just refer to Google to help you out. Oppression is the prolonged, cruel, or unjust treatment or control. That is the definition of oppression. And so as I sit here as a black woman who practiced civil rights, let me tell you, the reason that my colleagues wanted to make sure you understood the same black history that your side of the aisle wants to delete out of classrooms is because you can then misuse words like oppression. There has been no oppression for the white man in this country. You tell me which white men were dragged out of their homes. You tell me which one of them got dragged all the way across an ocean and told that you are going to go and work. We are going to steal your wives. We are going to rape your wives. That didn't happen. That is oppression. We didn't ask to be here. We not the same migrants that y'all constantly come up against. We didn't run away from home. We were stolen. So yeah, we are going to sit here and be offended when you want to sit here and act like, and don't let it escape you that it is white men on this side of the aisle telling us, people of color on this side of the aisle, that y'all are the ones being oppressed, that y'all are the ones that are being harmed. That's not the definition of oppression. You tell me the prolonged, cruel, or unjust treatment that you've had, and we can have a conversation.
If we're being honest here, this bill, which will wipe out every diversity, equity, and inclusion program in our federal agencies, plus those who contract with us, plus those who receive grant money, plus our schools, is nothing new. This is just the final piece of a decades-long obsession with targeting and dismantling anything that might give marginalized people a fair shot, including DEI programs, which honestly started the second the Civil Rights Act passed. Policies like affirmative action and diversity, equity, inclusion are the closest things we've had to the mythical bootstraps that some of my colleagues insist historically and currently harmed communities need to pick themselves up by. After centuries of efforts to keep us out of schools and universities, from jobs and elected office, Republicans targeting these policies are no accident. Why do predominantly conservative white men believe that the success of a black person or the opportunity or access of a black person is an existential threat to them? DEI is not given any unfair advantage that society itself does not already confer on certain Americans. It merely exists to ensure that all other people, that women, minoritized folks, queer folks, disabled folks, have the same opportunities to succeed and thrive in our workforce and our schools as people who have not had those opportunities systematically and legally stripped from them.
This bill, titled the Dismantling DEI Act, is an utter disgrace. Having sat and read the text in preparation for today's markup, I have yet another example to tell my constituents about the unserious work of the Republican Party. Now, I'll work with anyone serious about progress who wants to center the people who call this country home. This isn't it. The Committee on Oversight has the broadest jurisdiction in the entire House of Representatives to investigate any topic it chooses, but we are debating legislation that denies the sky is blue, water is wet, and racism is real. The major provision of the bill says to ban anything that acknowledges racism. And a few pages later in the exact same bill, there are multiple provisions discussing the presence of racism. This Republican approach is as predictable as it is nonsensical. On one hand, they're saying that racism does not exist. On the other hand, they are saying there is rampant reverse racism. Well, how do you reverse something that never existed in the first place? Riddle me that. While this Republican policy may have a new name, it's the same old tired game. Look, y'all are entitled to your opinions, but not a denial of the facts. Do you all know your history? Do you know American history? The original Constitution counted enslaved individuals as 3/5 of a person. During World War II, the federal government forcibly relocated and incarcerated 110,000 Japanese Americans. The FHA practiced redlining in the 1930s and 60s to deny mortgages to Black Americans, which is why we have a racial wealth gap today. I could go on. The GI Bill, which is supposed to be race neutral, denied access to Black Americans, denying them equal access to education and housing benefits, which is why we do not have generational wealth. Don't talk to me about merit when those Black servicemen fought for our freedoms. And I'd also just like to take a personal note of privilege to say, please keep Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s name out of your mouths. Yes. Your perversion of his words and his mission when his children have asked you to stop invoking his name and perverting his work when he was a proud and unapologetic Black man fighting for equality for Black Americans and all marginalized people. So you all are entitled to your opinions, but not a denial of the facts. But I'm not surprised that you would deny American history. What I am, though, is committed. Committed to speaking truth to power, committed to standing up for marginalized communities and vulnerable people, committed to ensuring that everyone has equal opportunity to buy a house, to work a job, to pursue higher education, and to live in a society that is fair and just.